Carmen, it's been too long. Welcome
It has
back.
been. Thank you. Thank you for having me again.
How you been?
I've been great. Thank you.
All right, so for people who may not live around here, or maybe they don't know, but they need to find out, tell me all about the Riverwalk Arts and Entertainment District.
Okay. Well, the Riverwalk Arts and Entertainment District is actually a consortium of 6 cultural partners that are based all along the New River in downtown Fort Lauderdale. So what my job is really to market, to promote the fact that we have these wonderful cultural venues all along the downtown Fort Lauderdale area, and they're all very accessible either via walking or through water taxi or the trolley system or an easy car ride away. So that's really what the A&E district is. We consist of 6 partners: the Broward Center for the Performing Arts, the historic Stranahan House Museum, which is the original sort of pioneer home here in Fort Lauderdale, the Fort Lauderdale History Center, the Florida Grand Opera, the Museum of Art Fort Lauderdale, and the beautiful and historic Bonnet House Museum and Gardens.
Okay, well that's it. It was great having you.
Oh, thanks for having me. It was awesome being here.
All right, let's spend more time on each of those. And you know, I definitely want to point out, if people live around here, they know all about this. But
right.
People that are in Miami that you know sort of feel like, well, we got Lincoln Road and we got South Beach, and why do we need to leave Dade County? They need to come up here and check this out.
Absolutely. You know, it's all about experiences. Everybody today, whether you're a resident or you're a visitor, you really want to sort of fill your life with all these really fun experiences, and that's what the A&E district actually offers. Each of the partners has a whole calendar of events about, you know, exhibitions happening, performances, events, special events, things for kids, things for adults, wine tastings, all of these fun things. And we also try to bundle some of those with special promotions and special packages, so there's always something happening. And really, you can go on our website, riverwalkae.com, and check out a full calendar of events and see what's going on, and maybe you can even get an offer or 2 in there. We try to throw in some special deals
maybe
for our
little deal.
Yes.
All right.
So it's
well,
all good.
we don't need a calendar or a website. We have you in person.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you give us some events?
I can give you a few events happening at each of the partners. How about that?
Shoot.
All right. So for the Broward Center, for example, which is, you know, the show place for performing arts, we have the American Idol Tour is coming in July. We also have Cirque Dreams Jungle Fantasy, which is sort of a cirque experience, so a little bit of acrobatics, a lot of show, and a great lot of fun. And then looking forward into the fall season, we have an amazing Broadway lineup, some great classical music, wonderful children's performances, and on and on and on. And by the way, if your viewers are watching, and hopefully they are, otherwise there wouldn't be viewers.
Right.
Okay, so for those watching, why don't you come and check out the Broward Center? We just underwent a huge $54 million renovation expansion project that has beautiful new venues and a really wonderful campus. So I invite everybody to kind of come up and visit that.
By the way, some viewers could just be listening. They could be walking around the house.
That's true.
So on a technicality,
yes, they're also welcome. So whether you're listening or viewing or just, you know, floating around the universe, come on in and
through
check that
osmosis,
out.
learning about the show. Okay.
And then the Museum of Art has some wonderful things happening. They have a wonderful exhibition starting up in July, which is 9 Cuban artists. The exhibition actually originally debuted in 1983. And it's 9 Cuban artists, and they sort of tell this wonderful story about Cuba, the way it was then, the way it is now, and there's wonderful things happening, not just with the exhibition, but a lot of interactive things that are happening, including their Happier Thursday Nights events. You know, the museum is open late every Thursday night, but if you come by on a Thursday night, we have really great happy hour drinks happening, and then we have some really wonderful events. So I would invite viewers to check that out. And both the Stranahan House and the Bonnet House are both doing kind of cool interactive water cruises where you can sort of cruise the New River, have cocktails, have dinner, have canapes, and on one is happening on the 25th on a Friday night, the other one's happening on a Saturday on July 26th. So that's a wonderful way to sort of experience the New River and get some of the flavor of some of the downtown.
And I'm noticing a theme of alcohol. I'm noticing
yes, well, we drink. Let me tell you, we like to drink, we like to eat, and we like to have a good time.
Right.
So if your viewers or listeners are not into that, then you don't want to come to the A&E district.
I mean, if they're not into having a good time,
exactly.
what are they doing?
What are they doing?
Florida? Yeah.
Well, they're not watching your show if they're not into having a good time.
Not.
Yeah.
Bonnet House, Stranahan House. A little more information about what those houses are.
Okay, so the historic Stranahan House, which is actually the first trading post that the city of Fort Lauderdale had. And by the way, viewers may not know this, but Broward County is going to be celebrating its 100th sort of birthday coming up next year. It starts October 1st of this year, and it runs the entire year. So the historic Stranahan House, all of our historical venues are going to have a lot of prominence during that time because we're sort of celebrating where we came from and where we are today. So historic Stranahan House was started by Frank Stranahan. He married this very young, very lovely school teacher by the name of Ivy Stranahan. She became Ivy Stranahan.
Right, I was going to say, if they had the same last name, that would just be weird.
But they had this beautiful little home right on the New River. It was the original trading post. It's where they taught even Seminole children how to read and write English. It's a wonderful, wonderful place. It's been restored just beautifully, and it's sort of a must-see. And beyond that, they have some really fun things. For example, every Sunday night, starting at 7:30, you can take a water taxi. It's called the Ghost River Tour, and you can sort of tour the historic New River, and you learn all about the people that kind of, you know, died on the New River, and how their ghosts sort of linger around. So it's really fun. It's a very fun family thing to do. And then the beautiful Bonnet House Museum and Gardens. A gorgeous home. The owners were actually the Bartletts. They were an architect, an artist. He and his wife sort of built this beautiful home. And when they passed, years later, they really didn't have children to leave it to, so they sort of left it, you know, to us to enjoy. But it's gorgeous grounds, and they do really cool things. You can go there and you can have an orchid repotting class. You can learn about bird watching. You can do watercolor. They have a wonderful music series during the season, which is just beautiful to be outdoors and listen to music and enjoy canapes. And again, a little,
if you're so inclined.
If you're so inclined, a little wine here and there.
Okay.
And then over the summer, once a month on Saturday, they have a very special offer, and this is great for everybody to take advantage of. Adults are half price, and children under 12 are free. So if people are out there listening, the time to come to the Bonnet House, check their website or check ane.com. And come, and adults will go for half price, and then kids free under 12.
This is why we don't need a website or a calendar.
Well, you got me, and you can always have me, but when I leave you, and you know I will, you can check out the website, riverwalkae.com, and then you can take advantage of all this info. And more. There's
wonderful,
more
amazing interview, but don't leave ever.
Oh, I won't. I'm going to stay right here.
Please do.
Will you throw me some breadcrumbs?
Every week or so. We'll just come in and give you some stuff. Carmen, love you. Come back.
I love you back. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.